Welcome to a walking tour of the Casa Phoenix Cozumel neighborhood. That's Luis, one of our doormen. We have 24-hour doorman service. And I'm Bill Mancaro. Allison and I own Casa Phoenix Cozumel. We welcome special guests. That's looking south toward the island. About 2 blocks away is the Swim with the Dolphins. That's the theater that shows first-run American movies. That's one of the 2 super Walmart-type stores, grocery superstores on the island. The other's about 2 blocks away. We'll see that in a minute. And just kind of a walking tour of the neighborhood. This is in real time, as much as possible. I had to pause it, and I'll tell you where I kind of skipped ahead, but I wanted to give you an idea of how long it takes to get to restaurants and shops and other attractions. That's the office for Casa Phoenix. There's the English-speaking concierge there who will help you get tickets, answer your questions, make reservations, get a rental car, whatever you need. You do not need a rental car at Casa Phoenix, as you can easily see or will see. Well, there's the City Hall, by the way, across the street. It's convenient to everything, so you'll save quite a bit of money not having a rental car, although it's fun to rent a car to drive around the island for a day or something like that. And there's the ocean. You're looking across toward Playa del Carmen. That's about a 30-minute ferry ride. That's a little snippet of our beach there. That's one of the twin buildings Casa Phoenix shares. That and as we just look at an undeveloped beach area right there next to our building. And there's a cruise ship, of course. I believe that's a Disney cruise ship. And they come in once a week. And this is looking across to a park that's popular for all sorts of events. And I made this early one morning. It was about 7 o'clock in the morning, so you won't see much traffic, but you also won't see many of the shops open yet. So please be aware that they do open. It's just a little early for them. But this is a mini mart. It sells what you would expect a mini mart to sell: beer and soft drinks and snacks, and that's a few grocery items, things like that. And as we continue walking, we're getting into an area. Here's a bar coming up on the left, right ahead of you with the red and white stripes, is Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville. And there's a American Subway sub shop there, and a couple other little restaurants. There's it's Jimmy Buffett's. There's a bar, a lounge there right on the ocean. And this is another very fine restaurant. As you can see, Rolandi's, seafood, meat, pastas, right on the ocean there. Very nice setting. And the Jimmy Buffett Margaritaville, which everybody is familiar with. And as we're coming up on another restaurant just past Jimmy Buffett's, we'll see that in a moment. Across the street is Mega, which is the second grocery superstore. And it also has a Tex-Mex restaurant in there, and it has a Thai restaurant, rice noodles type restaurant in there. Very good, by the way. Great for carry-out. Allison and I often get that. And this is called Genie's. It's another restaurant and bar right on the ocean. In fact, you can sit on the beach. They have tables on the beach if you wish, or on their patio out there. And they have full bar for you there. There's Mega again. A little different view of it. And they have everything you would expect in an American superstore, basically. And we're coming up on a number of shops. They're, as I said, mostly shuttered because it's 7 o'clock in the morning. But there's jewelry, there's tourist stuff, there's a bar, more jewelry. That's a drugstore. internet place. You won't need an internet place because you have it in Casa Phoenix. You also have a Vonage phones. You can call United States or Canada, no charge. And a car rental place. And an ice cream gelato place. There's some palapas that have been set up for people who enjoy the ocean. That's an undeveloped lot. I don't know exactly what that's all about. And some more shops. There's a dive shop that's going to come up in a moment. This is Rockin' Java, which is a wonderful restaurant, and they have a bar, but it's owned by an American couple, and they serve great American-style foods, sandwiches and pastas and things like that. And they have an apple pie that's about 6 inches tall. They own this Tex-Mex and noodle bar that I mentioned before, and sushi, two different restaurants in the mega building. And there's Dive Paradise, a very well-known dive shop on the island. Another drugstore. And Costa Brava restaurant. And I think something else I haven't been to across the street, Mr. Langusta or something like that, a seafood restaurant. And all these restaurants pretty much are open for breakfast, lunch, and dinner. Oh, it's Alberto's. Okay, I've not been to Alberto's. And this is the Mexican Naval Base. Now we're coming up on one of the two gallerias of Cozumel. And if you've been to Cozumel on a cruise ship, you know what that's all about. It's called Punta Langosta. I just skipped ahead there about a block in the interest of time, so you might add 3 or 4 minutes to this walk, no more than that. Really half a block is what I skipped ahead. There's a lighthouse that's been there for many years, kind of a landmark. And now we're walking again in real time. So we're about certainly no more than 10 minutes from Casa Phoenix, and I haven't been walking that fast. This is Carlos and Charlie's, the famous nightclub, and next to it is Senor Frog's, a very similar place as well. So it's close enough to walk to and get there without having to drive, but far enough away that it's not going to bother you at night. You can't hear it from Casa Phoenix. It does get loud though, but you can't hear it from Casa Phoenix. That's one nice thing about Casa Phoenix. It's being on the 7th floor. We're above most of the traffic noise, unless you have the doors wide open or something. There's a friendly policeman in Cozumel. And there's the Disney cruise ship I mentioned that's in port on this day. When they come in, when they dock, and when they leave, they play the first bar of When You Wish Upon a Star on the ship's very whistle, a very low tuned whistle. That's the ferry dock, which we'll see more of in a moment. There's some ships, fishing fleet, and dive ships getting ready to go out. Taxis waiting for fares. And here we're getting into just a string of shops. We've got jewelry, tanzanite you saw before, diamonds. There's Oriental rugs. Those people are from Turkey, in fact. More dive shops. Aqua Safari, very famous, very old dive shop there. So we're getting into the tourist area where there's just shop after shop after shop. And there are the men getting ready to load up the dive boats with tanks. They're from Aqua Safari. By the way, every dive shop, as far as I know, every dive shop in town will pick up at our dock and drop you off right at Casa Phoenix. You have to go anywhere except downstairs, and if you dive with them for more than one day, if you want to, they will keep your gear and rinse it off and have it on board for you the next time you dive with them. So it's very convenient. There's also fresh water rinse tanks at Casa Phoenix on the beach, and we provide a walk-in storage cage for you to keep your dive gear, your luggage, whatever you want. It's locked. And there's more shops. Now I've crossed the street, and I did do a little edit there, so add about a minute to this. So we're about 13 minutes from Casa Phoenix, and we're at the downtown plaza. And if you've been to Cozumel, you've been here. This is right across from the ferry dock, and this is the old part of Cozumel. On Sunday nights, it's a wonderful time to be there. That's when all the locals come out. They're all dressed up from church, and they have a concert in the band shell. We'll see in a moment. There's a nice restaurant Alice and I enjoy. Sidewalk cafe there on the plaza. And there's the clock tower and the main headquarters of the tourist office right there. There's an American consulate in Cozumel, right in Cozumel if you need that. There's the band shell I mentioned. Just a delightful time on Sunday nights, particularly with all the locals and the little kids all dressed up and the band playing, and it's just a very, very pleasant time. And you can see a little bit of the ocean there, and more views of the walking around the plaza. Alice and I first came to Cozumel in 1982 on our honeymoon and really fell in love with it. We stayed a lot of places in Cozumel, but never one as nice as Casa Phoenix. There are some very nice places, but most all of them are you have to rent a car or take a cab to get anywhere, and we didn't really like that. They're very expensive and kind of a hassle. So we liked the fact that Casa Phoenix was walking distance to any place you'd want to go. And we're walking out toward the ferry dock, the restaurant right on the street in the ocean there. More car rental places, snorkeling tours, dive tours, they're selling there. That's the ferry boat terminal, and those are the hours that it operates. And that's our tour of Casa Phoenix, Cozumel, and the Cozumel area. Hope you join us soon. Join us at CozumelParadise.com is our website. CozumelParadise.com.